Good morning to all of you. Welcome to the session. Let us start the session with a nice quote. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Given by Thomas Edison. I will repeat. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Here, perspiration means hard work. No one is a born genius. We all can become geniuses with sheer hard work. Genius is only 1%, perhaps that is inspiration. But 99%, it is hard work, sheer hard work. That is perspiration. Perspire means to sweat. When do you sweat? When you work hard. A very useful quote. Now let us see what is there to learn from today's session. Proficiency point of view. There are about 10 to 15 words you can learn. The first one, diktat, an important word. It means an order or a decree. Stand still, rather easy to understand. No movement at all. Obsessed. There's one disease called OCD. I'll talk about that later. This OCD comes from the word obsession or obsessed. Obsessed means to be preoccupied. It also means to think of something all the time, to be haunted by something all the time. Grim, gloomy or sad, not very bright. Sprinting, to run very fast a short distance within a limited time period. Longing, to have a desire for a long time. Slam means bang, slam the door, bang the door. Icons, those who are very popular, those who can be taken as role models, those who can be respected a lot. Legends, very popular persons, very famous persons, and a part of stories and fables. Ubiquitous, an important word. It means present everywhere or omnipresent. Besides these words, you're going to consolidate or recollect 5 idioms and 5 phrasal verbs. Golden age, an important idiom. Dog's age, right now it is relevant and appropriate. Over the hill, it goes with everyday English. Age before beauty, goes with everyday English. Come of age, this is rather important. It goes with everyday English as well as effective English. What are the 5 phrasal verbs you can learn or you're going to consolidate today? Jack up, jam into, zazz up, jot down, jumble up. Besides these, you're going to work on spot the errors, no phrase replacement, para-jumble, yes, close test, yes. Besides these, reading comprehension skill. Let us have a look at one of the headlines and see what is there to learn. Brick kiln workers assaulted in Tiruvallur. Migrants were barred from walking out. There are 3 words, but all the 3 words are not very important. One, kiln, it is not that important. But assault, bar, important words. Brick kiln workers assaulted in Tiruvallur. Migrants were barred from walking out. Kiln, part of speech, a noun. It means a furnace or oven. It is not oven, it is oven. For burning or baking, usually pots or bricks. Assault, it could be a verb, it could be a noun. Assault as a verb, it means make a physical attack on someone. Attack physically someone. Assaulted. Bar, it could be a noun, it could be a verb. As a verb, it has a different connotation altogether. Prevent or prohibit someone from doing something or from going somewhere. Barred from doing something. Let us have a look at the examples. This is not an important word, so I haven't brought any example. But the next one, assault. He has tried to assault a police officer. He has tried to assault a police officer. He has tried to attack physically a police officer. That's what it means. The journalists have been barred from covering the elections. The journalists have been barred. This is in present perfect passive voice. Means what? They have been prevented from covering the elections. Now let us go to the editorial page and see what is there, the 4 articles. The first one, stand still, an opening of stadia for training. We are going to spend time on this editorial today. Unity for power, this goes with Israeli politics, and recently they have formed a government, and it talks about that. The changing nature of Chinese diplomacy. The last one, Pakistan has both terror perpetrator and victim. There's one important word here, perpetrator. the one who commits crime. Pakistan has both terror perpetrator and victim. Again, from grammar point of view, here perpetrator, an important word, those who commit crime, and grammar point of view, there's something very important. The word both takes and, a common error. People tend to say both as well as. That is not correct. Both and, that is the right combination. Let us go to the editorial. What is this editorial about? This editorial is all about, right now because of the lockdown, the backdrop, COVID-19, coronavirus, everywhere around the world, people have been experiencing the lockdown. That means what? No one can go out, no one can do something, no one can go into the public and do something openly. When it comes to sports, obviously it is in many sports come under outdoor activities. Because of the lockdown, many sports persons, their activities have come to a standstill. It could be a practice session, it could be participating in a tournament, it could be anything. Everything has come to a standstill. The editorial starts with the word standstill. Means what? No movement at all. Everything has come to a standstill. Means what? No movement whatsoever. On opening of stadia for training. Because everything has come to a standstill, the need of the hour, now it is the right time to open the stadia for training. There's one important word. Usually we all know the word stadium is singular and the word stadiums is a plural. But the word stadium, the plural form, it has two forms. It could be stadiums, which is quite popular when it comes to usage, and the other plural form of the word stadium, stadia. This you have to remember. This is rather important from the exam point of view. Otherwise, what happens, you may think this is not the right word, but it is a plural form of stadium. Stadium, plural form, two forms, stadiums or stadia. On opening of stadia for training. The editorial is all about starting the activities, starting the practice sessions, and getting ready for participation in various tournaments. For that, they have to open up the stadia, and the athletes, they have to start practicing. This is all about, the context is all about the sports context, and from the sports person's point of view, what is the need of the hour, opening of the stadiums or stadia to start the practice sessions so that they'll be ready for the big events. The opening of stadia for training should help athletes be ready when sport returns. Next year we have Olympics, Japan, the venue. So the opening of stadia for training should help athletes be ready when sport returns, when the tournaments return. That's what it talks about. And grammar point of view should help athletes to be ready. They may give in the exam, help to be ready. That is not correct. What is the reason? The word help, it is a causative verb. It does not take the preposition to. So after help, he made us do something. There are two causative verbs. One is help, the other one is make. Do remember these two verbs. They never take the preposition to. Help athletes to be ready, not correct, be ready when sport returns. Athletes are obsessed. There's one important word here. I said there's one disease associated with this particular word when I started the session. OCD. It means, the letters stand for obsessive compulsory disorder. What does it mean? Some people always preoccupied or haunted by certain thoughts, and they have this anxiety or fear. Something may happen. For example, some people, usually when our hands are dirty, we wash once or twice, maximum thrice. But some people, they're obsessed with this neatness. They wash 10 times, 15 times. Sometimes it may go to the extent of the skin coming off. Then we call it OCD. You'll be surprised and shocked to know 1 in 4 in the world, across the world, 1 in 4 has this OCD problem, according to one study. But it is under control. Only if it goes beyond the control, then one has to consult a doctor. Otherwise, nobody knows the exact reason. 1 in 4 in the entire world, 1 in 4 has this OCD, but within the control. Here, athletes are obsessed, preoccupied, or think of something all the time. With movement, obviously, athletes, sports, what is the basic thing involved when it comes to sports? Movement, that is a basic thing. Being static isn't part of their DNA. And while the novel coronavirus pandemic forced people indoors and lockdowns became the grim reality, sports persons struggled with the new normal. This is a good expression. Nowadays it is being used. The new normal. What is the new normal? Staying indoors. Now, this sentence talks about, one is athletes by nature. They are obsessed with movement. They have to do something all the time. But right now, what is the situation? Being static is not part of their DNA. Being static doesn't go with their genes or genetic structure. They have to do something all the time. And while the novel coronavirus pandemic forced people indoors and lockdowns became the grim reality, there's one important word here, grim, means gloomy, sad, not bright. Sports persons struggle with the new normal. They're trying to find it, they're trying to come out of that, and they find it rather difficult, and they've been trying to do something about that. That you will see later. Ironically, ironical means what? Paradoxical. Two opposite things exist at the same time. Then we use words like ironical, irony, paradoxical. Ironically, before the virus leapt into vulnerable lungs, already you have got the word vulnerable, likely to be exploited, likely to get affected, threatened, endangered. All these words you have to recollect. Vulnerable lungs, sporting schedules cut across continents, and the whispered plea. You have got the word plea, means what? A request. You can also think of the word urge, earnest request. In locker rooms was about the need to rest sore muscles. Ironically, before the virus leapt into vulnerable lungs, sporting schedules cut across continents, and the whispered plea in the locker rooms. Locker rooms, again, they go with the stadia and the sports people, was about, what was the whispered plea? What was it about? It was about the need to rest sore muscles. There's one important word here, sore. Sore, you got to be careful with the spelling. S-O-R-E, sore means painful. There's another soar, S-O-A-R, means to fly high in the sky. The bird soared, that's a different word altogether. And there's one more word, S-O-U-R, people mispronounce that. People say sour, it is not correct. It is sour. The milk has become sour, or something has become sour. It is not sour. Now, all the three words are very important from the exam point of view. But once the pause button was pressed, all the activities came to a standstill. That means what? They pressed the pause button. But once the pause button was pressed, activities such as sprinting on the turf, if you go to a stadium, you come across words like turf, sprinting, and running. So many words are there. Here, sprinting means to run very fast, a short distance within a limited time period. Sprinting on the turf, track and, we also use the word track and field. Turf with the accompaniments of adequate sunshine and spectators. All these are outdoor activities. Outdoor activities, obviously two things are inevitable. One, adequate sunshine, because they are conducted during the daytime. And obviously, without spectators, you can't expect a major tournament or a major event. This has become, it became a longing. This is an important expression. But once the pause button was pressed, what happened? Activities such as sprinting on the turf with the accompaniments of adequate sunshine and spectators became a longing. There's one important word here, longing. Longing for something. I have been longing for something means what? I have a desire for a long time. Then we use the word longing. However, many of these kinetic individuals, again the word kinetic, it goes with physics. It talks about movement. Kinetic individuals, those who move all the time. That again goes with sprinting, running, all these. Sports people, generally speaking, devised. Remember, yesterday we got one word, D-E-V-I-S-E. That is a noun. And S-C-E. D-E-V-I-C-E is a noun form. D-E-V-I-S-E is a verb form. Devised their coping mechanisms. Now the editorial gives examples because the sports persons, they have been staying indoors for quite some time. Obviously, they become restless and they try to do something so that they're in touch with whatever skill or whatever expertise they have when it comes to sports, the field of sports or the sports arena. Here, all these are examples. New Zealand cricket captain Kane Williamson gave catching practice to his dog. This is a bit strange. gave what? Catching practice to his dog. There's one important word here, practice. Again, if you take CE, it is a noun form, and SE, it is a verb form. This has been given so many times in competitive exams. One is advice, the other one is practice. You got to be careful with the spellings. England all-rounder Ben Stokes bowled in the driveway. Bowled in the driveway. Indian tennis star Rohan Bopanna slammed forehands into the walls. Again, if you take all these are cricketers and tennis players, Rohan Bopanna slammed. There's one important word here, slam. Slam means what? To bang. In this context, it also means hit. Hit forehands into walls. While speedster Jasprit Bumrah cleaned his home daily. This is a different activity altogether. The first three examples go with the actual skill or the ability or the expertise that belongs to a particular person, respectively. But the last one, Bumrah is a fast bowler. You all know that. He's a cricketer. And to keep in touch with that physical strain or stress, he started, perhaps, cleaned his home daily. That is a bit different. Yet, this is again important from grammar point of view, yet this wasn't enough. Even if sport is shedding its rust, shed means to get rid of, to drop. It's rust. When you take iron, you get it gets exposed to salt, or you take it to a coastal city. Obviously, within no time, it gets rusted. And sometimes what happens, you don't do anything, no activity as such. Then we say, my activities have got rusted. Again, when you don't use your brain, you don't think a lot, you don't get into intellectual activities, then you say, my brain got rusted. Even if sport is shedding its rust, as evident in the Bundesliga football that commenced in Germany, sports icons in the world at large, and especially in India, needed their regular fix of training at grounds and gyms. There's one important word, icons. They are role models, they are respected, and people respect them a lot. They take them as role models. Every field, especially sports, you come across icons. In the world at large, and specifically in India, all these people, they needed something. What is that? Their regular fix of training, or their regular dose of training at grounds and gyms. Staying fit and healthy was non-negotiable in the build-up towards the eventual return of sport. This is a very good sentence. Staying fit and healthy was non-negotiable. It could be is or it could be was. Means what? There's no compromise when it comes to fitness and being healthy in the field of sports. When it comes to the field of sports, they are essential and indispensable. Seen in that light, from that perspective, the Home Ministry's diktat, again an important word, it means an order or a decree, that stadiums can be opened. Stadiums, both mean the same, can be opened across India without the crowds. A point echoed by Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju is welcome news for athletes of all shades, be it Olympians or Q sports players. Q sports, usually they go with billiards and snookers. Be it, this is important from grammar point of view, whether it is for Olympians or for Q sports players, it is welcome news. That's what it talks about. Sporting legacies are built upon what transpires on the field when two legends or teams clash. Usually, sporting legacies, where do they happen? They happen on the field, not off the field. Sporting legacies are built upon what transpires, what takes place, what happens on the field when two legends or teams clash. But the pathway that leads to it, the way that leads to it is built upon long hours in the gym and skill enhancement drills replicated ahead of competitions. Before they participate in a tournament, before they participate in a competition, a lot of hard work goes into that particular activity, that particular sport. It is common sense, it's quite obvious. The sentence talks about that. Built upon long hours in the gym and skill enhancement drills, replicated means duplicate, copied, replicate, to copy or to duplicate, ahead of competitions. And as Grounds and Sports Authority of India facilities, And as Grounds and Sports Authority of India, facilities allow coaches and their wards to prepare for the delayed season ahead that includes next year's Olympics and the World 2020, to name a few. Hygiene practices have to be strictly adhered to. Again, important from grammar point of view. This sentence talks about when they get into the practice mode, when they go to the stadium, when they start practicing, one thing they should focus on. What is that? Strict hygiene practices. They have to maintain strict hygiene practices and they have to be strictly adhered to. They have to adhere to strict hygiene practices. Because of this COVID-19 threat, wearing masks, using hand sanitizers, especially in gyms, that can harbor as a noun a different meaning, as a verb a different meaning. To provide shelter. Harbor here means what? To provide shelter, to provide home. Can harbor bacteria and viruses on various equipment. And avoiding a common sporting reflex. What is a common sporting reflex? The ubiquitous high five. You all must be knowing that. Are absolutely essential as athletes wear their jerseys and kickstart their routines, even if not at the competitive level. Could be casual, may not be at the competitive level, but they got to maintain certain things, keeping coronavirus pandemic in mind. One is wearing masks, second using hand sanitizers, and one of the reasons the equipment can harbor bacteria and viruses, and also they should avoid a common sporting reflex. What is that one? The ubiquitous, present everywhere, omnipresent, high five, they should be avoided. And wear their jerseys, the t-shirts with the numbers or names, and kickstart, to start something, their routines, even if not at the competitive level. At the top, sport may seem like all glitter and stardust. Glitter means to shine brightly, but its foundation is built upon struggling journeymen. Everything looks quite easy, quite positive when the sports people take up the activity, they start participating in a tournament, but the journey to reach that stage is a long struggling journey. Obviously, they have to work very hard, day in and day out, around the clock. For instance, the rookie tennis player chasing points and the athlete trying to shrug aside rural poverty will not have the money to construct a state-of-the-art gym. This is an important expression you have to remember. From descriptive English point of view, state-of-the-art gym with all the latest equipment inside their homes with price points stretching into lakhs. The sports people can't afford to have a state-of-the-art gym at home. It is not practically possible. They can't afford, they don't have enough money, they're not rich enough, barring a few celebrities. Now, how does the editorial end? Nor do they stay in gated communities with jogging tracks. If you go to gated communities, some, not all of them, they have jogging tracks. They can't afford to stay in gated communities. Now, what is the solution? Opening up the sporting infrastructure across the country will help this needy base besides the established stars. Once the stadia are opened, these people can go there and practice day in and day out because they can't afford to have state-of-the-art gym at home. How does the editorial end? A quiet start, quiet, calm. Yesterday I told quiet, quiet, two different words. Quiet means very, quite big, very big. Stay quiet means what? Stay calm. A quiet start, a calm start, not with a lot of fanfare, has been made even if competitive sport in India is some distance away. Now you can't expect the competitive sport. That means the competitions, the tournaments, you can't expect immediately. You can expect some distance away in the near future, not possible. After perhaps a few months, maybe 5 months or 6 months. In the meantime, they have to practice. A quiet start has been made, even if competitive sport in India is some distance away. An interesting article for a change. All these days we have been dealing with the impact of COVID-19 on different sectors. And today, for the first time, it is related to sports. You can relate to the topic, sports, all youngsters. And a few important words are there to learn. Let us see what is there to learn from vocabulary point of view. Stand still, not that important, no movement at all. And standard expression, everything has come to a standstill. Means no activity, no movement, nothing. Stadia, a new word, this is rather important. For me also, to be candid, it's a new word. In the sense, I have been using stadiums, and for the first time I have come across stadia. That is, both mean the same. Stadiums, stadia, both mean the same. Do remember this particular word. Obsessed. Sometimes you may get a passage related to OCD, obsessive compulsory disorder. You should know something about that. And it's a normal thing. 1 in 4 has this problem, but it is within the limit. It goes beyond the limit. You wash your hands to the extent of the skin coming off. Definitely, you need to consult a doctor. Obsession. Obsession for something, obsession for someone, obsession with something. So, grim. It goes with everyday English, serious or gloomy. Sore, everyday English, painful. The typical combinations, sore mouth, sore eyes, sore body, sore muscles. Means what? Painful muscles, sore muscles, painful muscles. Sore eyes, painful eyes. Sprinting. This goes with track and field, running very fast, a short distance within the limited time period. Longing, an important word, yearning, desire. You have a desire for a long time, then you say, I have been longing for something. Diktat, an important word, an order or decree. Slammed, it goes with everyday English, it means banged. Don't slam the door. Usually when you're angry and you come across something negative, and how do you show your frustration? How do you take out your frustration? You try to bang the doors, which is not a good thing, obviously. Shedding, usually it goes with snakes. Snakes periodically, once in 3 months or once in 6 months, they shed the skin. Shedding means what? To get rid of. But the word shed, it's a noun that has a different connotation already, a different connotation altogether. Icons, an important word. Worthy of veneration. Veneration means respect, admiration. And you have to think of this, remember this word, an important word. Legends, again an important word. Extremely famous, usually a very popular personality, and they are part of a particular story, a particular fable, a particular myth, a particular tale. This is again very important, rather the most important word from today's session, the editorial. Ubiquitous means present everywhere. What is the other word for that? Omnipresent. And glitter goes with everyday English, shine brightly. What is the word of the day? Obsess. Not a good word, but still you got to know. It is a verb. It's a regular verb. Preoccupy or fill the mind of someone continually and to a troubling extent. We do get ideas, but for a short period. After that, and there's one saying, nothing is more capricious than human mind. It always changes. But here, same thought, same idea comes repeatedly. Then it is, we call it obsession. Be constantly talking or worrying about something. It troubles you. That is a problem. That is the point over here. And sometimes it haunts you. Word forms, obsess, verb, obsessed, adjective, obsession, noun. Word combinations, obsessed with, obsessed about. Remember the prepositions, very important. And what are the synonyms? Absorb, anxious, haunt, not exactly the same, in a way related words. Antonyms, apathetic, casual, cool. Example, they were obsessed with the idea of revenge. All the time thinking of the revenge, then what do you say? Obsessed with the idea of revenge. What is a common error? Our classroom is in the second floor. This is a typical common error. Quite often people say, in the second floor. I live in the second floor. Here, what is wrong with this sentence? In is not correct. It should be on. Our classroom is on the second floor. I live on the third floor, not I live in the third floor. This is again a common error. Let us see what is there to learn from grammar point of view. Not a lot of expressions should help athletes be ready when sport returns. This is very important. There are two causative verbs which are important from the exam point of view. One is help, the other one is make. He made us to wait, not correct. He made us wait. Here, what you have to remember, these two verbs, because they're causative verbs, we should not use a preposition to with help and with make. That is important from the exam point of view. Became a longing. Something has become a longing. In this context, what has become a longing? Going out and playing in the stadium or going to the gym and practicing over there. Their regular picks of training. We can also use the word dose, their regular dose of training. Seen in that light, that means what? From that perspective, from that angle, seen in that light, seen from that perspective. Important, and this is important. This is also a new expression. This is very important. Be it Olympians or Q sports players, it could be Olympians or Q sports players. Be it Olympians or Q sports specialists, players. Again, important. Yet, this wasn't enough. Yet, this isn't enough. You could use. But do remember the pattern. I think you got the word yet yesterday. Hygiene practices. Again, this is very important. You got to be careful with spelling. It is practice as a noun, it is CE. As a verb, it is SE. Have to be strictly adhered to. Again, here you have to use the preposition to at the end of the clause. Adhere to something. That is also important. What is there to learn from comprehension skill point of view? What is this editorial about? This is all about sports people. They don't like to be static. They don't want things to come to a standstill. They always, they long for practice day in and day out. And now, because of lockdown, everything has come to a standstill. They are not in a position to go out. They have been longing for the opening of stadiums or stadia so that they can practice. And easy to write about this editorial should not be a problem. What became a longing in the context of the editorial? Again, the key word here, longing. What was non-negotiable? Key word, non-negotiable in the build-up towards the eventual return of sport. Easy to answer. What is welcome news? What are the key words? Welcome news for athletes of all shades. What are sporting legacies built upon? What are they built upon? Easy to answer. Sporting legacies, keywords. That's all about the editorial. Now it is time for you guys to respond. Have a look at these words. You should get all the 10 correct. Not very difficult words, except one or two. Because you have listened to me 3 times, I have given the meanings, should not be a problem. Do have a look at the words and first write the part of speech, after that appropriate meaning. I see a few students have already responded. Let some more students respond. What is the first word? Stand still. Part of speech. It could be a noun, it could be. It could be a noun, it could be an adjective. Standstill situation. Everything has come to a standstill. First you write adjective, then you could write noun. What is the meaning of that? A lot of students say E. What is E? That's right. E is the answer. Dictate, an important word. Order, decree, obviously it has to be a noun. What is the... You can guess the part of speech based on the meaning. Imagine you know the meaning. What is the meaning? An order or decree. Order, orders, obviously it is a noun. So what is the answer here? Based on the meaning also you can guess the part of speech. G is the answer. Now go to the third word. That is again important. Sometimes you may get this as a passage. OCD. Part of speech, it is a verb. It could be an adjective. Obsessed person. Adjective. And what is the meaning of that? Already here G is over. Preoccupied. Answer is I. I is the answer. A lot of students are still with the third word. Let them go to the fourth one. Grim reality. In the editorial, you have seen the expression grim reality. Obviously, it has to be adjective. Grim reality. What is the meaning of that? Serious or gloomy? Answer is A. Serious or gloomy. Yes, a lot of students have got it right. So far, so good. Go to the fifth one, sprinting. Sprint is a verb. Sprinting, noun. And here it has been used as a noun. A lot of students are still with the fourth one. Sprint could be a verb, it could be a noun. What is the meaning of that? Quick run. Quick run, a short distance within a limited time period, stipulated time period. Longing. He has been longing. Long for something. Long, it is a verb. What is the meaning of that? It is a regular verb, longing. It could be a noun also, but do remember the basic word you have to write, the basic part of speech. Once I say it is a verb, it could be used as an adjective, it could be used as a noun. That you should take for granted. What is the meaning of that? B. No. Long. Sixth one. Answer is C. Yearning, desire. Now go to the seventh one. Slam. You can easily make out. Extremely popular. That's right. Slammed, part of speech. It's a regular verb. Slam, slammed, slammed. What is the answer? B is the answer. Banged. When you're angry, you're frustrated, you don't like something, what do? You have to take out your frustration. You bang the door, you slam the door. To hit the door, to close the door with a lot of force. Oh, thank you very much. But I don't think I deserve that. It's a long way to go. Still, I would like to thank you for that compliment. Sentence number 8. What is a part of speech? Obviously, plural form means it is a noun. What is the meaning of that? Icons. An important word. Worthy of veneration. J is the answer. Veneration. Venerate means what? To respect, to admire, to adore. All these words you have to recollect. Legends. Legends singular, legends plural. What is the meaning of that? Easy. Extremely famous. Answer is F. Ubiquitous. This is an important word. I want you guys to remember that. Important from the exam point of view. And ubiquitous, omnipresent. What part of speech is it? It could be a noun as well. And what are you left with? Present everywhere. D is the answer. Has anyone got all the 10 correct? That is highly appreciable. All the 10, you should be very happy. Parts of speech and also the meanings. Coronavirus is ubiquitous. Very good example. Who is this? Srikanth. That's a good example. One more, smartphone also, same example. Today, you can say without any hesitation, coronavirus has become omnipresent or ubiquitous. Ubiquitous presence of coronavirus. Now go to the next exercise. Have a look at these. I have brought 6 sentences. Spot the errors. You should get all the 6 correct. That is a challenge. Where is the error? The first one. First one is rather easy. They have given this, a sentence like this, in many exams. What is the subject here? Group. Group is a collective noun. Whenever you see a collective noun as a subject, after that, if you see a phrase, put the phrase in brackets. You see a clause, put the clause in brackets. Don't consider. Then you ask the question. Have a look at the verb. Group, it's a collective noun. Team, group, committee, jury, staff, all these are collective nouns. If the sentence does not denote or express division, collective nouns usually take a singular verb. A group were is not correct, it should be a group was. What is the right word here? A group was allegedly assaulted. That is the right word. And this question is related to what? Subject, verb, agreement, one thing. You should also think of collective nouns. Collective nouns, very important from the exam point of view. Yes, of course, smart Purna. We can always use the verb past participle form as an adjective and the present participle as an adjective or as a noun. That is always there. Any verb, irrespective of whether it is a regular verb or an irregular verb, a transitive verb or an intransitive verb. Now go to the next one. Smart learning is very important. When I have written collective nouns, then you have to recollect all the collective nouns. You don't have to write all the words. What are the important examples that go with collective nouns? Committee, jury, staff, team, all these words you have to recollect. Now sentence number 2, where is the error? This is an important sentence, an important question rather. Many a time they have given in so many competitive exams a question related to this particular idea. What is it? We have 2 clauses here, have been rescheduled, and there's a conjunction. After that, there's one more clause. Please listen very carefully. When we have 2 different clauses in a particular sentence, each clause takes a different tense. Each clause takes, obviously, that means it takes a different verb. Then you have to mention that. Here, this clause talks about a past action where time is not important. So, present perfect tense has been used in passive voice. The class 10 board examinations have been rescheduled. This is in present perfect passive voice. But the next clause talks about future from June 15 to 25. When it talks about future, obviously that is also in passive voice. You cannot simply say held. You have to say will be held. What is the correct expression? The class 10 board examinations have been rescheduled and will be held from. Will be held. This is future tense passive voice. This will be is missing here. Will be is missing. Will be held. That is the correct expression. Will be held. They will hold. That is active voice. They will hold from June 15. When you change it to passive voice, what do you get? They will be held from June 15. Will be held. And make a note, future tense in passive voice. Here it is present perfect passive voice. Here it is future tense in passive voice. We have to mention an important question. Under pressure, a question like this not easy to answer. Not at all easy. You got to be very alert. You got to use your presence of mind, and you have to read the sentence meticulously. Now please go to sentence number 3. Tell me where the error is. This is rather easy, should not be a problem. What is this for? Are you talking about? Please mention, Kumar, which question are you talking about? For school education, Minister for School Education, are you talking about that? There's no problem as such. That is not, one student says, who is that student? Shiv Kumar says, sir, please provide the PDF with answers, with annotations. Shiv Kumar, that is not advisable. There are a few reasons which I can't disclose. This itself giving the PDF, because a lot of students have requested, I have decided to give the PDF. Now what happens, if I give the PDF with answers, there's a possibility for misuse. Hope you can understand. I cannot elaborate. Keeping that in mind, I'm sorry to say I cannot give all the time. Once a week perhaps, like day before yesterday you got with annotations to make you guys, to help you guys, but not every day. There's every possibility then it may get misused. We don't want that to happen. For each paper I spent 6 hours. That hard work, 6 hours of hard work, should not be used by someone effortlessly. I don't want that to happen. I hope you understand. Go to sentence number 3. Though society do not approve. This is rather easy. No, father-in-law's house, nothing wrong with that. Someone's house, father-in-law's house, this is right. Father's-in-law house is not correct. Father-in-law's house is correct. Where is the error? Yes, daily could be an adverb. It could be Kiran, daily. It could be an adverb of time. It could be an adjective. Daily paper, then it is an adjective. He works daily. But between daily and everyday, both express, they go with adverb of time. They express habitual actions. The better word, it is not daily. Every day is a better word. Nothing wrong with the word daily. It means every day. Here, what is the subject? Society. Society is an abstract noun. An abstract noun considered again singular. That means it takes a singular verb. Here, do not is not correct. It should be does not. The sentence is in present tense. Present tense, negative. Present tense negative, very important. Common error. In our country, a lot of people say, he don't know English, she don't know how to cook. Not correct. He doesn't know English, he doesn't know how to drive a car, she doesn't know how to cook. The same way, though society does not approve, not do not, does not. We does not is not correct, we don't is correct. I, we, you, they don't. What is the rule here? I, we, you, they, you have to use don't. And he, she, it. Here society means it. You have to use doesn't. That is a rule. Please go to, this is again very important. A few students have got it right. 2017 SBI PO, they gave a sentence like this. Fathers-in-law, no, it talks about possession. When we talk about possession, father-in-law, it is a compound noun. We have to use the apostrophe after law. But if you are talking about plural form, then it is not father-in-laws, it is fathers-in-law. Approve is not intransitive, it is a transitive verb. Approved the project. Approved what? The project. It is a transitive verb. Who says it is an intransitive verb? No. Where is the error? Sentence number 4. The clue for you, as well as. When we use conjunctions like as well as, along with, together with, besides, in addition to, nothing but, no less than, all these, besides, like, unlike, we have to consider the first subject. There are two subjects here. One is temples, the other, one private temple. What is the first subject? Temples. Then we cannot use has. It should be have been functioning, not has been. This is an important one. Thank you very much, Rajashekar. I feel happy when you guys say you have been improving. Yesterday also one student from Uttar Pradesh, I saw his message, I responded. Usually I don't respond, but I responded. I feel happy when you guys say, so we have been improving, we have been gaining confidence, we have been gaining a lot of knowledge. That makes me very happy. Please go to sentence number 5. Where is the error? This is rather easy. You have got many a time. The number. What is the subject here? The number. It is a phrase. Phrase, the number. Takes singular verb. The number of persons visiting Amma canteen. Put the phrase in brackets. That you should make it a habit. Within no time, you will be able to spot the error. The number, the phrase, it always takes a singular verb. Here you see a plural verb, not correct. Has. So the number has. If it is a number of students, it takes have. The number has, a number have. A number of students haven't come today, have. The number of students has come down, has. This is again very important. Though you have got many a time, I thought it is worth bringing because they ask questions related to phrases quite often in different competitive exams. Please go to the last one. The Southern Railway is increasing the number of Shramik special trains to help migrants travel to their native places from Chennai since Monday. What is the clue for you? Since Monday. The preposition since could be a conjunction, it could be a preposition. But preposition since and they go with present perfect tense and present perfect continuous. Here it is not is increasing. This is in present continuous. But since Monday, here it talks about an action that started in the past. It comes to the present. It may go into the future. Then we have to use present perfect continuous. What is the correct expression? Has been increasing. Has been increasing, not is increasing, has been increasing. Which tense is that? It is present perfect continuous. Who has got all the 6 correct? You should be very happy. All the 6 correct, you should be extremely happy. And this parajumble, there are 3 ideas. One idea, 2 sentences. Second idea, 3 parts. And one independent idea, 1 part. Has anyone got all the 6? Very good. Who is this? Dilip has got all the 6. A lot of students have got. Akhil has got. Dilip has got. Yes, help. That's a good question. Help migrants travel. Here, to travel is not correct. I appreciate. Who is this student? Sainad. I appreciate. You're quite sharp. Here, to help migrants to travel, it would have been wrong. But what is the first verb here? Travel. To help migrants travel, no to their native places. That's a separate thing altogether. To their native places, don't consider travel. Had they given to help migrants to travel, it would have been wrong. But you don't see to, so nothing wrong with that. It goes with the rule, perfect. Please go to the parajumble. 1D. The State Health Department has revised the discharge policy for COVID-19 patients. 1, I will write here D. The discharge policy for COVID-19 patients. You have to look for the idea that continues. My pleasure. What is the second sentence? 2F is not correct. No. 2A is correct. The State Health Department has revised the discharge policy for COVID-19 patients and those in the pre-symptomatic stage who have been admitted to COVID-19 care centers. I think it should be. No, I'm sorry. It is not. This is not the second one. The State Health Department has revised the discharge policy for COVID-19 patients and has issued comprehensive guidelines for the management of the pandemic. The second sentence is, B is the second sentence. What is the second one? B is the second one. DB. The State Health Department has revised the discharge policy for COVID-19 patients and has issued comprehensive guidelines. Again, policy guidelines are related, they go with one idea for the management of the pandemic. Discharge policy, management of the pandemic, DB. 2 sentences, one idea. And what is next? 3 parts go with one idea. As per the revised policy, here policy, now it should talk about policy. What is the third one? F is the third one. As per the revised policy, patients with mild or very mild symptoms, then the fourth one should be A. FA, that's right. As per the revised policy, patients with mild or very mild symptoms and those in the pre-symptomatic stage who have been admitted to COVID-19 care centers can be discharged. What is the fifth one? Can be discharged after 10 days from the date of testing positive or the date of the start of home isolation. FAE1 group. And what is the last one? They can be discharged provided, what are you left with? That is the last one. Provided that they have no fever for 3 consecutive days. This is the last one. So what is the correct order? DB, one idea, FAE, one idea, and C, one idea. Has anyone got the correct order? That is again appreciable. Today the closed test is rather easy, should not be a problem. You should get all the 6 correct. Yes, DB, FAE, and C. That's correct. Please go to the closed test. You should get all the 6 correct. That's good, Anjali. Thank you very much, Shiv Kumar. I think you're really interested. You're quite enthusiastic to enrich your knowledge. Thanks for the compliment. Thanks for that expression, crystal clear. A nice expression. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic and what is the first one? Third. That's right, prolonged. Prolonged means what? Extended. Prolonged national lockdown has brought the Indian economy to you have got this word today, to a standstill. Second one, what is it? 1, 3, 2, 4. To a standstill. Has brought the Indian economy to a standstill. In tackling the crisis, the centre has not done much to enable states to benefit from the much. What is the third one? Third one, an important one rather. 3, 2, that's right. Touted. Touted means what? You talk about something or someone all the time. You try to advertise, you try to promote, you try to talk about someone or something all the time. Then we say much touted policy, much touted project. That's an important word you got to remember. And benefits of cooperative federalism. States are struggling to cope with the what? Fourth one, you have to answer the fourth one. Sixth, that's right. Unprecedented. Unprecedented existential challenges they face. Unprecedented, never seen before, existential challenges. Now, you're left with 2. Easy to make out. The centre has relentlessly adverb, without stopping, continuously, relentlessly undermined the provisions. Undermine, an important word, means what? To make something weak, to make something less effective, to weaken something. Undermine. relentlessly undermined. Has anyone got all the 6 correct? That is again appreciable. Now let us have a look at the word map. Ubiquitous, an important word. This is easy. Omnipresent, important. And careful with pronunciation. Omnipresent, correct. This is rather easy. Predominant, easy but important. Rife with, it takes a preposition with, it is important. Pervasive, all pervasive, that is also an important word. From this word map, you have to learn and remember. 1, obviously ubiquitous, then pervasive, omnipresent, predominant, factor, ripe with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words worth learning from this. Never done before, unprecedented. Never done, never seen before. Now it is time to, exactly 9, we have about 10 minutes. Consolidation, phrasal verbs, jack up, jam into, zazz up, jot down, jumble up. Jack up, 1C. 1, I don't know from which direction you are going. 1C. I think A, 1C, make something more interesting and more exciting. That's right. I'll write 1 here. 2 is what? Then you have to go 2D. Quickly write it down on a pad or piece of paper. Yes, that is jot down. This is over, jot down. To write down something, jot down the points, write down the points. Mix up things, rather easy because you have jumbled sentences. What is the third one? Jumble up. Jumble up means what? Mix up things. Change the order. You could also think of the word shuffle. Shuffle. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Shivakumar. What is the next one? To increase the price or the cost of something by a large amount. Jack up. This is the 4th one. Jack up the prices. To force too many things or people into a small space. Jam into. Jammed into a kitchen, jammed into a storeroom. Has anyone got all correct? Shuffle, mix, that's right, Rajshekar. Jack up, to increase the price. Jam into, to force too many things. Zazz up, make something interesting. Jot down, write down. Jumble up, mix up. Now go to the idioms. That's good. Aman, you are there. Nowadays, I don't see a lot of messages of yours. Earlier, I would see quite often your name popping up, Aman, but nowadays, I don't see your name popping up quite often. Go to this exercise, idioms related, golden age. What is the meaning of golden age? We'll do it from this side. Period of prosperity. Golden age of Hollywood. Golden age of Bollywood. Means what? Period of prosperity. The best period. Dog's age. A long period of time. That's what I said. After once the lockdown is lifted, then when you meet someone, you can say it has been dog's age. Means what? A long period of time. Relevant right now. This is important and relevant. Dog's age. Over the hill. What is the meaning of that? Too old to perform as well as before. Answer is the 4th option. Age before beauty. Easy to make out. Age before beauty. To allow older people to go before younger ones. Respecting age, not respecting beauty. What are you left with? Come of age. To reach adulthood or to reach maturity? Answer is the first one. He has come of age, she has come of age, or the project has come of age. Has anyone got all the 5 correct? You should be happy about your consolidation. Let us go to the last exercise for today. Quite challenging. And if you get all the 10 correct, you should be extremely happy. I will also appreciate. Consolidation. That's good, Lavanya. All the 5 correct. You should be happy. Please go to the last exercise for today. Wonderful, Aman. I appreciate. My pleasure, Manasa. Please go to the last exercise. This is quite challenging. An uphill task to get all the 10 correct. Ramp up, an important one. Ramp up means what? Ramped up, obviously it is a verb. It's a phrasal verb, right? Phrasal verb, ramp up. What is the meaning of that? Increased. G. Ramp up means what? Increase. Populous. Populous city, populous country. It has to be adjective. Means what? Crowded. I'm doing it very fast. One student gives the answer, I will write the answer. And prevalence. Prevalence of something, part of speech, noun. What is the meaning of that? Widespread. Answer is J. Prevalent, adjective. Prevalence, noun. What is the next one? Reconcile. Reconcile. Okay, I see a lot of students are still with the second and third. Please write the part of speech. Reconcile. Part of speech, verb. What is the meaning of that? Resolve. Answer is B. Reconcile. Resolve. Some problem, some disturbance. Go to the alleviate. We have got this many a time. You can't afford to miss this one. Alleviate, assuage, mitigate. They all mean what? Reduce. Where is the word reduce? I is the answer. This is an important word. And with it, you have to recollect words like assuage, mitigate, alleviate. They all mean the same. Reduce. Reduce a problem, the intensity, pain, agony, all these. What is the sixth one? Distress. In distress. It could be a verb, it could be a noun. Distressed people. Then it becomes an adjective. What is the meaning of that? Sixth one. Sixth one. A. Suffering. That's right. A is the answer. Go to the next one. Vulnerable. Vulnerable group. Vulnerable community. Vulnerable person. Obviously, it has to be adjective. What is the meaning of that? No, vulnerable is adjective. H. Weak. Likely to get exploited. Endangered. Threatened. You should recollect all those words. Stigmatize, verb, stigmatization. Obviously, it has to be a noun. There's a stigma. They have been stigmatized. I don't like the stigmatization of something. You have to make the sentences in all the forms. Noun, what is the meaning of that? Dislike, not dislike. Perhaps you can consider no. Disapproval. It is disapproval. C is the answer. You don't approve something. Disapproval, that is the answer. Xenophobia. Phobia means what? Fear. It could also mean dislike. Here you should think of xenophobia, that is a noun. You have to consider E. But actually phobia means what? Fear. Xenophobia means what? Fear of foreigners. You're afraid of foreigners, that means xenophobia. That's an important word. What are you left with? Surveillance. Obviously, it is a noun. And what is the meaning of that? Close observation or observation. Answer is F. Has anyone got all the 10 correct? I'm rather curious. And if you say, sir, I have got all the 10 correct, wonderful. Thank you, Kiran. I appreciate that. Has anyone got all the 10 correct? Who is this? Komalangi has got all the 10 and Madhavi has got, no problem, 9 also, you should be happy. Akshay has got, Nagamani has got, wonderful. Shalini has got, good. Ramana has got. Prashun Singh has got, that's good, very good. Venugopal has got. I appreciate others also. Don't feel bad if I haven't read out the name. So many names are there. That's it for today. Have a nice day. Enjoy the day, but stay home, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow with another editorial to enrich your language proficiency. Thank you very much.